Hello, YouTube. I think I might just be streaming live to YouTube from the beautiful Treasure Coast in sunny Florida. I'm just gonna check really quick. This is like all new for me, so I'm gonna peek at my phone in another account so that I can see if I'm actually streaming on YouTube. Alright, YouTube. And I'm in a different one, so hold on. I am gonna search JMO Jen. Oh, I am live. Look at this. Let's see what's up. Search JMO Jen. I'm live on YouTube. Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna silence my deal. I am live. Look at this. Let's see what's up. Search JMO Jen. I'm live on YouTube. Delay. Okay. Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna silence my deal. I am live. It's funny. I can't believe it. Alright, I'm gonna silence this one, and we're gonna, I just don't know if I just did a test chat to see. It's showing that I don't have any viewers, but I'm actually viewing it from another account on my phone. So I don't know how quick this refreshes. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. Have a little coffee and chats. If you're tuning in, okay, cool. So there is a little bit of a delay. So I did a chat. I need to share this on, let's see, share on my basic news feed. I'm actually live on Facebook this time. So I'm putting that on my regular Facebook page just to like post. Oh, and then I get a notification that pops up under my finger just as I'm ready to post it. Alright, I did that to Facebook. Let's pop on and check Facebook really quick and see if I did that right. I should actually pop in and check the I'm not probably going to pull many people over from Twitch to YouTube. I think it's probably going to go more YouTube to Twitch because I think YouTube's a little more popular. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just working out and basically taught myself how to use a laptop because I have not been anywhere near computers at all in like 7 or 8 years, and everything's different. They've dumbed it down so much. They've made it so much easier that it's actually a lot more difficult. I didn't have programs on I had programs on my computer and applications on my phone when I left. Now the applications are on the computer, and it's just, I'm looking and I'm trying to figure something out, and then when I realize how easy it was, I'm like, oh my god. So it looks like my audio is doing okay. Okay, and it's showing up that I am viewing myself now at least. So we'll give it a few minutes and see if anybody pops on from, I believe it's shared on Facebook and on Twitter. So, holy cow. Okay, I am. Look, my post on YouTube. Yep. And if anybody's confused, my Facebook name has recently changed because I am going to be going through the adoption process. Yes, as an adult, I'm changing my name. And I didn't want to get started on YouTube and then confuse people. I'm still Jen. The JMO stands for just my opinion anyway. So it was just kind of unique that it was also my old initials. So I'm actually changing my name. I'm changing my first name from Jennifer to Jenna because Jennifer was chosen for me by an abuser, and I just have always had this uncomfortableness about the Jennifer. I like Jen. Jen's fine, but I just have a lot of icky associations with Jennifer, and people either call me Jen or they call me Michelle already. And so I'm changing my first name from Jennifer to Jenna, and then my last name to my dad's last name instead of my birth father. So it's gonna be, if you notice, it's Jennifer, or it's it's Jenna Michelle Heiser, not Jennifer Michelle Oliver anymore on Facebook, if you're friends with me on Facebook. So you're welcome to find me. Actually, we got started with a new group. I'm gonna pop over really quick and check that out. Okay, new message. Who messaged me? Thank you so much for the information. I still have a Florida license, so you're not the dork. Awesome. Actually, somebody popped on and asked me a question about how to get legal, legal in Florida, how to become a legal cannabis patient. And I love helping people do that. And that's my thing. I don't charge anything for it. I just spend time counseling and helping people. So, but she sent me a message, and I shared with her my success and the easiest way that I've had and found anybody else in Florida to have to get legal. And then as I was ending, and as I sent it, I looked up and I noticed she was in Virginia, and I was like, oh Lord. So I wrote her right back and I said, oh dang, I just saw you're in Virginia, my bad, I'm a dork. So she wrote back and said she has an ID and she still has her Florida license, so it wasn't, I'm not the dork. Anyway, so that was sweet. I love having conversations with people, going back and forth, folks I haven't seen in a long time, or new people I just met. So it's really cool. I feel bad for people who always post negative stuff, man. Listen, I just want to put this out here really quick. First of all, I'm a legal cannabis patient in the state of Florida, so I'm allowed to talk about pot, weed, cannabis, smoking, burning, concentrates, edibles, whatever, all I want, and I'm going to. So that's part of the reason I'm doing this. The other reason is I find myself talking a lot to people about the same things, and so if I can just say, hey, look, I did a video, you want to look at it, I don't have to keep repeating myself over and over again. So, which I love chatting, but I just find myself giving that same kind of basic information over and over again. And if I can have them watch the videos and just spend time actually helping them with their specific issues, dosing problems, trying different things, ideas, recipes, stuff like that, then I'm a lot more effective. So, I just realized that I can stream. I just figured out and was successful at streaming to both YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same, at different times. So now I'm ready, if I get the funds together to go to actually pay for the Streamlabs. I'm using the free version right now. If I pay for the Streamlabs, I can actually stream to all three platforms at the same time, which I think is going to be really good. We're going to get, I think that's coming up a goal quickly. My dad's so crazy. My dad posted, take your age and add 5 to it. That will be your age in 5 years. I love him so much. He's crazy. Brilliant, right? All this IV therapy stuff. All kinds of crazy ideas coming up. Oh, Delta 8. Delta 8 is a very interesting topic, and if you don't know what I'm talking about by Delta 8, I need to do a little bit more research so that I can give you a little deeper scientific detail. But basically, what we know is THC right now starts out in a green cannabis plant as THCA, tetrahydrocannabinol acid or whatever. Through the curing process, that acid changes into THC, which when it's decarbed, heated, it creates I'm sorry. It cures with THCA, so even dried, cured weed has THCA. When you heat it, and decarb it, it actually becomes activated THC. The acid THCA, the THC acid turns into actual THC, and that is delta 9 THC. Like, that's what we are talking about usually when we say THC. But recently, this new trend of I don't know if it's something that was recently discovered, that delta 8 THC is different. It doesn't give you quite the same feeling, but it's not regulated right now. So shops are popping up all over this delta 8 THC, which is great, like cannabis with delta 8 THC. The problem with that, because it's not regulated, people are taking regular hemp or, like no THC cannabis and spraying delta 8 THC on it, or creating other lab combinations. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know how this material was grown. You don't know what kind of chemicals have been sprayed on it. Did it get sprayed with anti-mold? There's no telling what you're getting with this plant material. So unless you know that source, you trust that they're actually growing, and there are good sources, but unless you trust that they're actually growing that properly and it is what they're saying it is, you don't have any backup. You don't have any protection. So be really careful. The delta 8 stuff, go with a reliable source. Look up Doctor's Own. It's a Miracle Leaf. Miracle Leaf is my cannabis doctor, and it's the company, whatever company that has set up these offices all over, and I think it's franchised in other states too. But amazing office. They're very efficient. I love the doctor. He is very respectful of your own. I'm very natural. I don't do big pharma. I don't even take aspirin. I don't even take vitamin supplements. If I need a nutrient, I get the food product, get the food item that contains it, and I eat that. Very rarely do I take any kind of pill or concentrate or anything unless it's specifically cannabis. I do use cannabis concentrate like Crumble. Speaking of which, we're supposed to be having a live smoke sesh, and I hadn't even I did light a pre-roll earlier that I got from Surterra this time. This was a galactic glue, half-gram pre-roll, and it just started burning all wanky and weird, and it was like so much smoke coming off of the end of it, but when I would draw, I wasn't getting a good draw. So what I'll do with that is that'll become a bowl or another joint. I put that off to the side, and I find it's hit or miss, to be totally honest. I don't think it has much to do with the dispensary itself, because I've had really nice burning pre-rolls from Surterra, and then I've had ones that are like powder and like a sticky gooey powder that just ends up in like little balls inside the paper, not burning at all very well. So I rolled, this one is I love the name of this one. This one is Gas Monkey. Actually, if I show it to you this way, you're not gonna see. Gas Monkey, that funky monkey. Anyway, it is a float product from Surterra. This one came from the Port St. Lucie Surterra. Shout out to those guys, super nice. Look, tell Steve at the front, if that's who you see, that Cannon Consult, JMO Jen says hi, Master Michelle, whatever. Good people, awesome people, great folks. That's a little tucked away dispensary, so if you're uncomfortable going into a shop that's out in the middle of like a big busy street, where people driving by can see your car, that's a great one to go to, because it's tucked back in the back with doctors' offices all around. No one knows that you're going into a dispensary. I mean, if you're uncomfortable. I'm not, but I know that it can be a little intimidating. Gosh, we've been trained for 60 years that this is bad, and it's not. And I'll prove it to you with just one simple little thing. And I'm not I'm not a Christian. Well, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. But in the Bible, in Genesis of all places, which is a book that is used by multiple religions, not just Christianity. Like, I believe the Jewish folks follow Genesis idea of creation. I think even Muslims use the Genesis story of creation. I could be wrong, but in Genesis on day 6, and you know what? Because I don't like just explaining something without giving the biblical reference, so I'm gonna pull it up really quick. I don't do this very often. This actually is the only verse I do it with so far. Okay. King James Version, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The new whatever. So I'm gonna read Genesis 1:29 through 31 from the King James Version. Starting at 29, it says, "And God said, Behold, I've given you every herb bearing seed." Behold, I've given you every herb bearing seed. So every plant that produces seed, right? Which is on the face of all the earth. Okay? God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God said, and God saw, 31 says, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. I'm just going to pop over really quick, and I'm going to read another version, just another translation. This is the New International Version. Okay? And it's Genesis 1:29 through 31 if you want to look it up. And this is how you type it in really quick. You can pause that if you need to type it in. 1:29-31. Use a little colon there like that. What that means is it's Genesis chapter 1, and the verses are 29 through 31. If you're not familiar with the way the Bible's set up, I just want to put that out there. This one says, this is a little bit clearer language, a little bit easier to understand maybe. And starting at 29, it says, Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth. Let me just listen to that for a minute. Every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth. Every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth. In other words, there are no exceptions. I don't hear any exceptions in there. Every seed-bearing plant. I just want to put this out there. Cannabis is a seed-bearing plant. Yeah, we like Sensimilla because it puts most of its energy into its flowers and not the seeds. So, but it's a gift, okay? I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. And verse 31 says, God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. So, on the 6th day of creation, which is really interesting to me, on the 6th day of creation, God gifted every seed-bearing plant on the entire face of the earth to mankind for food. So I don't care who or what you are, you cannot tell me that by taking a seed and dropping in God's seed and God's dirt, God's sun and God's rain, that plant that grows up cannot be illegal. Period. That is my steadfast religious belief. I also am, like I said, a card carrying cannabis patient in the state of Florida, so I'm also legal in that regard too, which kind of hurt my butt a little bit to have to go and register my physical ailment with the government so that I can use a God-given gift to heal and nourish my body. Just putting it out there. That's how I feel about it. And on that note, let's light a gas monkey joint, right? I'm smoking by myself, so I don't do big, fat, crazy bowls. I don't know why. Like, I want to sing, like, gas monkey, that funky monkey. I can't help it. Certera. Good strain. And you will notice I am old school. I do hold my hits. It's science. It's osmosis. The THC particles and all the other things cross over the mucous membrane barrier in your lungs. So if you draw it in real quick and puff it right back out, you know, what's crossing over? Nothing. It's all blowing out into the air. My gas monkey went out. That's okay. It makes me smoke it a little slower and then savor and enjoy it, right? I'm gonna refresh the chat. I wonder, while I'm here, I'm gonna oh well, I'm not gonna mess around. I'll end up ending this by mistake. Alright, so it looks like I have no viewers, but that's okay because I'm just checking this out, doing a live stream. Just wanted to do a little session. Rascal Louise, if you're gonna talk, you need to come be on camera. They've been like very vocal today for some reason. They're usually not that barky, but happy Friday, y'all. And if you're watching this later, if you're not tuning in live right now, if you're watching this later, I'm just getting started and I'm looking at my different channels. I've got Candy Consult with Chef Jen, but I'm not getting as much of a following on that. I've got like 46 viewers on JMO Jen, so I'm just going to kind of pull it all together here. JMO stands for Just My Opinion. My name is Jenna Michelle, so you'll hear people call me Jen or you'll hear people call me Michelle. My mom might call me Jenna every once in a while, but it's usually Jen, Jen, or Michelle, my middle name. So you'll see Master Michelle's a nickname that I have as well. If you know me for a while, it's kind of my alter ego. Master Michelle's kind of a bitch. She's kind of a drill sergeant. Secret pushover, though. Don't tell her I said that. Do you know anybody that talks about themselves, their other personalities, their alter egos like that? Yeah, welcome to my crazy world. So my goal for this channel, I did do an intro, go check that out. But my goal is to have a very relaxed setting, conversations. I want to open up the conversations to people. We can talk about anything, spirituality, you know, the meaning of life, gardening, cooking, you know, mindfulness, philosophy, you know, dogs, flowers, whatever. As long I want to keep it positive. I want to keep an upbeat flow. And I really want to open up conversation for people that don't really have anyone else to ask about pot or cannabis. I've been using cannabis for 34 years or something like that. And I've only recently been able to talk about it. So I've read tons of research, you know, scientific journals, research journals and stuff on different and foreign, like from Israel and Germany and different countries who've done a little bit more extensive cannabis research, or at least have more published work about it. So I love understanding the science. I love helping people. I'm a caregiver and consider myself a healing artist. I'm not a doctor. I would never want to be a doctor, in my opinion. Doctors have evolved into becoming chemical sales agents, and every chemical concoction is actually designed to create more symptoms so that you're a perpetual customer. And I've seen the difference in natural healing, and I prefer that. I prefer natural healing. I think hospitals are meant for medic emergencies, broken limbs, ruptured spleens, things that need that kind of aggressive treatment. Most people don't even understand how their body really works. So we start with that. And then, we've been trained not to know and not to understand. It's been very, in my opinion, it's been very intentional. We're taught that nature's bad and that we need to improve on nature. We need to make nature better in the laboratory. So instead of giving someone a nice cup of chamomile tea, they go in the lab and they aggressively extract the component that they think causes the most drowsiness and press it into a pill with a bunch of other crazy ingredients like cellulose fibers and weird preservatives and weird calcium from weird sources and like just things you wouldn't normally eat, and then they sell that to you. And while the part that might make you sleepy, all those other parts, the wood cellulose and the preservatives and the binding agents and the weird calciums and coatings and all kinds of stuff like that, those, even in subtle amounts, can cause other effects. Maybe not something you feel immediately, like an anaphylactic response, but they do create everything that you ingest, everything that you consume, and even particles in the air you breathe affect your body's natural abilities, homeostasis, and that. So we're taught that nature's bad and that you shouldn't drink milk that's not been boiled, and you shouldn't been there's so many enzymes and things we miss out on. Natural, we're afraid of germs, bugs, and we don't even realize bacterias, and we don't even realize, most of us don't know, that there are tons of friendly bacteria that should be in our bodies. So I prefer natural healing. I consider myself a natural healing artist because it's a thing that I do that is full of love and emotion, and it's in a connection in spirit. So I like to do energy work. I like to advise essential oils, Bach flower remedy, homeopathic treatments, remedies, natural things that are subtle, more gentle, and work with your body. So I like to do those kind of things. I like to do energy work. I was a licensed massage therapist I think I was licensed for like 12 years. I just got to the place where I didn't want to touch people anymore. So I think my favorite part of massage therapy were the individual sessions, the little things like someone came in with lower back pain, they were having problems, and before they even got on the table for a massage, I just took my hands and kind of not on their back, but just slightly away from their back, and I just kind of went all the way down, and I felt inflammation, and I was like, I don't think that it's, we could do a massage or whatever, but I don't think that it's your back. You need to go have your kidneys checked. And that was a Saturday, and by Tuesday she was in surgery having kidney stones removed. So little things like that. And I believe, look, if you can prevent kidney stones to begin with, but once you get to a place where it's debilitating, I do believe in medical intervention for that. That's what medics are for, emergencies. healing is before you get to the emergency situation. So there's a place for everything, and everything has its place. There's a time, right? A time for every season. Anyway, I wanted to put that out there really quick because not only am I a legal cannabis patient, but I also very strongly believe that cannabis is a gift from creative life force. It's a gift, and it's something that brings us back to ourselves, and which is why it's been, in my opinion, and through my studies, cannabis has only been criminalized because it is a miraculous healing plant. It's like nature's pharmacy. If you think of pharmacy in the common terms, the way other folks do, pharmacy means, where you get your medicines, right? Well, it is the medicinal plant in the natural world, because cannabis itself makes oils that you find in every other plant on the planet. Like, this one plant, this one species of plant is like metamorphic. It actually, by crossing strains, by crossing cultivars. So in other words, you know how you go to the grocery store and get a red apple or a green apple, right? Well, those are kind of like cannabis strains. Instead of all being apples and all having the plant oils of apples, cannabis has plant oils of the hops that you make beer from, and pine and cedar and lemon and lavender, and I mean, like, I'm sure it's infinite. I'm blown away. And we call them, in the cannabis world, we call those terpenes. In my natural healing world, I've always called those essential oils. I mean, it's a little different because an essential oil is the essence of one particular plant. But yeah, I keep messing with my camera, sorry. Nobody's even watching right now, but maybe somebody will watch later, and I'm just kind of practicing. So I did my intro video and got that out there. I wanted to get this live deal going, and I will interact in the chat. I actually probably should have my YouTube up on my phone to see if people are chatting. I'm not one of them fancy people that have multiple computers. I have a laptop that, like, my video is probably choppy. It's such a lightweight laptop. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. Let's see. Go here and search JMO Jen live, and that way I can see in the chats if anyone else comes in or chats. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Excuse me. I know there's a delay between, because I'm streaming through Streamlabs OBS to YouTube. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I had to learn how to use the freaking laptop to begin with, because I'm in the garden. I'm playing with these gorgeous dogs usually, I'm building benches or shelves or whatever. I'm about to replace the top on my coffee table. It's one of the tables that, it's a regular coffee table, but then the top will lift up and come closer so that you can use it like a dining table too. Super handy. Except our boy Riley, when he first came, whoops, that's Rascal. Riley, when he first came, he got bored when we left, and I think he was just laying there with his face against it, and he chewed the corners, just the corners. But I think he got every single corner at least a little bit on this. Yep. One of them's not as bad. There's like 2 little teeth mark in it. Like, he stopped before he got crazy with it. But there's like, so I'm going to replace the whole top. It's just a tabletop on hardware. So I'm going to be looking for another, I don't know yet. Something cool. But it's super easy. I'll just take the tabletop off of the brackets and put a new one on it. Yeah, anyway. I like gardening. I grow all kinds of the fruit I grow in my yard. People would, they think I'm lying, or I live like on this huge, it's just a normal neighborhood yard, but we had a giant mango tree and a giant longan tree, some grapes, a big starfruit tree here. And then I've added a lot of stuff over the last 3 years, and some of it's not quite producing yet, but it will be soon. So I've got like miniature bananas, little Cavendish bananas. I've got red grapefruit, tangerines, Meyer lemons, key lime. I have soursop and guava, jabuticaba. I put in a loquat tree that has blossomed recently, so I'm watching for the fruit for that. I have, oh my goodness, prickly pear, persimmon, pineapple. The prickly pear was here actually, but I don't think the people that were here before really knew what it was because they didn't cultivate it properly to produce fruit. So now that I've been cultivating it, you have to keep the new petals cut back and stuff. You have to trim it kind of aggressively. But it's like a tree. I mean, like it's a cactus tree. Then it has all these little things growing off. I'll have to go outside and do some live stuff in the garden coming up. So definitely click subscribe. It's free. Like and share. And in this on these videos on YouTube, I'm going to come back and read the comments. So if you're trying to get in touch with me, you're welcome to leave a comment. Also, I'm on Facebook. Come if you are into the kind of sitting around chats, enjoying life kind of thing, and you're looking for a spot on Facebook. It's called Green Tiger Speakeasy Group. And so that's definitely it's a nice space. Good people, really good people from all over, all different kinds of people too. Younger people, older people, you know, like I know some young folks who are married and have young little kids, and then I've got older folks, you know, my mom's age. So it ranges all different, all over, mostly in Florida, I think. There's a couple of people out of the state that, from out of state that are in that group. I actually hope, it would be really cool. I think I might have gotten my man Jamie J. Carr to join that. I think he liked one of my pages, so that was exciting. He's like a celebrity to me, so definitely go check him out. Jamie J. Carr, he's on YouTube, he's on Twitch, he's on Instagram, I think. He's got a Discord. Go find him, check him out. Also, go check out Diane Jennings. Love to watch her. I love like her honesty and her openness. She's genuine, and I really love her positive attitude. She's always just got this like smile in the back of her energy, and I appreciate that. Who else? I love Irish Jesus, Paul Finnegan, I think. Irish Jesus, just go search that. You'll see he's a blast. Freaking crack. They make my face hurt. Like I smile so much. Shannon Keenan, go see Shannon Keenan. Check her out. Gosh, I know I'm forgetting people. Definitely. And feel free to make comments down below if you're a streamer, if you're a content creator. Look, I consider myself a streamer. There's a difference between content creators and streamers. If my streaming creates content as a side effect, okay, cool, awesome, bonus, you know, but I'm not. Look, you guys need to go support the content creators. These guys are spending so much time, you know, coming up with ideas and making their plans. You don't realize how much work goes into creating a quality video on YouTube. I'm sitting in my freaking living room and I'm live. I'm not gonna edit this. This is just, look, realness and overkill. Weird, real, and overkill. Ask me anything, you know. I want to help educate people. Spirituality, cannabis, even fetish and BDSM, because I have experience there. We're gonna kind of pull it all together in one place. Anything goes. I'm not restricting, like on my Twitch. I have the bots all suspended. But if you're ugly and hateful, I'm just gonna block you. I'm not gonna go back and forth, whatever you call it, ban on whatever it is on Twitch, where you're just gone from my reality. because I don't want to have to spend time babysitting people who can't keep a positive attitude. You can say something that is of a negative, feeling or whatever, or talk about something negative and still be positive about it, especially if you're talking to someone else, interacting with another, like chat. You don't have to be ugly, and there's no reason to be like a hall monitor unless you're a moderator for someone and they've put you in that position. Like, people who just go around and make ugly comments, you're really saying, like I said before, you're saying more about yourself than you're saying about the person you're commenting on. I mean, and I understand that the comments can be painful to people, but you really have to work on building your own self-esteem and knowing who you are and what your purpose is, what you're doing, and what your heart is. More than anything else, it's about your intentions. And if you have a good heart and good intentions, and you're not trying to take advantage of anyone or hurt anybody, you're not causing harm, then you do what you want. And that's, I associate with the pagan community that way, because the Wiccan Rede is about, as long as you don't hurt anybody, do what you want. I mean, I translated that. It's a million different translations, and there's no one true source. Paganism is a very evolutionary sort of, and a very individual journey, which is true for spirituality in general. So spiritual journeys are very, very individual. They are more unique than your fingerprints. The way we understand words, the way we communicate about spirituality, I mean, yeah. So I think we're going to do some crumble here live on YouTube just for fun. I pulled out for today. I have a couple of different choices because I got like one of those buy two get one free deals at Move in Florida. Move. And I get this 1,000 milligram concentrate, and before I ripped it off it said crumble at the top, crumble concentrate. Let's see if I have another example. I have a little, hold on, I'll show you. A little wooden box right here on the table that has like my my little dab stuff, like the little tools. It's $1. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's a cuticle pusher in the nail section. So you're supposed to take and like push your cuticles back. It's a great dab tool. I use it like a little spoon to scoop out. Or like, where's that little tube right here that has a brush and like it's a little like needle for your concentrate syringe, so you can fill up cartridges if you want. So listen, here's my thing. I go for frugality. I'm probably not going to be sponsored by any dispensaries, because I'm going to try and show people how to spend less money and get better effect. I'm going to try and show people how to navigate the system without wasting a bunch of money on products that you end up not using. Like, I've gotten rid of and thrown away, we're going to say, products that, I spent money on that were maybe a sativa with terpenes that didn't agree with me. I mean, I tried a pre-roll from one plant called Caribbean Breeze. I won't ever try that one. I personally won't. Now look, other people might try that and it gives them this happy, heady, high feeling. I'm already so keyed up that you can't always... I'll explain it when I'm reviewing, but I'm almost opposite. So the things that are going to make me productive are the things that are going to give most people couch lock. I'm just weird that way. It's true. So, I was going to show you a different example. These are the packs. Yeah, here. It'll say crumble. And it's an ethanol extraction, right? And these are, each pack is 1,000 milligrams. And what it looks like when you open it, it's going to be this little container, and you see that kind of crumbs in there. I've used a little bit. I mean, I don't know, maybe half. But I like concentrates. They're very clean. They're very crisp. You don't need to inhale as many times, right? I can take 2 of these inhalations and get the effect of smoking half a joint. So, or more. So this is really good for intense pain. Like, the reason that I found concentrates and inhalation, which I call primitive vaping, some people call it dabs. I just think because of the way I do it, I don't have a big dab rig or anything. I use a simple glass straw. I heat the glass and fiery hot, and then just touch it to my concentrate. So in other words, if the concentrate were on here, I would take my dab tool, torch this, just the little pea-sized ball, right? There's a little hole in the middle, which the smaller the hole, the better, really, because you want a really restricted airflow to pull a lot of vapor. So I would, in other words, I would have my concentrate, and I'll show you in a minute, but I'd have my concentrate here, heat this up really good, and then just touch. Let's see if I can get it on the white background behind me. I just touch it, like touch the edge of the concentrate. I'm not putting the hole on the concentrate. I'm not doing that, because then and that's what I learned the hard way. A lot of this inside of it is that concentrate that I got too close to the inhalation part. So you really want to go and just heat a bit of the concentrate. And I don't hurt my lungs like this. It seems to last a lot longer. Some people take a glass bowl on their bong or pipe, whatever, on their water. It's usually a water bubbler type. And they'll take that bowl and heat the bottom with a torch, really hot, obviously, and take a big scoop of this, like a chunk of it or a scoopful, and dump it in, and it makes this huge, thick hit, and then they blow it out right away. And to me, 35 years later, to me that's wasteful. Like, I'm poor. I can't afford to just blow money on concentrate all the time, unless y'all start sending me donations, which is cool too. Oh, by the way, hydration is sponsored by Tim Hortons. Not really. They're not sponsoring me. I don't have, look at my channel. I don't even have anybody hardly watching or whatever. I'm drinking Tim Hortons coffee, and so I grabbed the Tim Hortons cup just for fun. See what product placement looks like in my videos. Tim Hortons. I legit have Tim Hortons coffee in this mug, even though I'm in Florida, because my partner is a fan and she orders it, and we make it in our drip coffee maker here. And it tastes really good, but it's gotten cold, so it's not as enjoyable as I usually like. So I was gonna show, because I haven't done this, I don't think I've done this on YouTube yet. Let me set this up real quick. I'm going to take this dirty glass deal. Normally, if you're smoking flower from a glass thing and it gets like this, it's not a good thing, right? With concentrates, I found this is a very good thing, because all of those little bits, like those are little pieces that didn't actually melt or vaporize, and they got sucked up in there, and they're just storing as chunks. So first of all, before I do anything else, if I were completely out of flour and completely out of concentrate and completely out of RSO and everything, I could take my, let's see, there, lean over a little so you can see it against the black, darker background. Take my little deal here and just heat the actual part where the chunks are, like where the little pieces fell. I could heat that up. It's gonna start smoking in a second, and I get a vape hit off that. Now I'm not inhaling the butane. The hole is way down here at the end, and I'm actually heating it way back here. So I'm not even getting any fumes from that. Don't inhale, and it'll start making a little puff when you see it, when it's heating up. It's totally different than smoking a bowl. There's just a little bit of carbon in this, but it's just layers of the concentrate. Look, perpetual hits. I mean, I could hit that like 7 or 8 times. And you only need like 2. I could probably hit that 100 times. I don't know. There's just so much in there because I was learning how to use it, and the little chunks would go up in instead of, like I'd get it too close to the hole. Anyway, let me show you how you do this. First of all, super simple. The concentrate from Move, at least, the crumble from Move, comes in a little glass container, right? And the lid is actually silicone. So what happens, because I've used the lid a little bit and it heated up some of the crumble, it turns it kind of sticky and oily, like a viscous oil, like your distillate in the syringe. But what happens here is it ends up getting little bits of the crumble stuck to the lid, which is perfect because that's what I use, right? I just leave all those chunks in here, and if I want a big piece, I'll grab a chunk out of there. See if I can show you without knocking it out. So yeah, it's like oh my god, it smells so good. First of all, the perfuminess of it is unbelievable. But this is like if you were to touch it with your fingers, it would be like the consistency of real of like Parmesan cheese, like you could take a piece of the block of Parmesan cheese and crumble it. It might kind of stick to your fingers a little bit, but it's going to be crumbly. That's the texture of this. The smell is unbelievable. Like I would use that as perfume on a daily basis. It's just all of the pretty clean, like florally and piney and lavendery and lemony terpenes. Just the pure cannabis oil, the trichomes off of it have been dissolved in ethanol and then evaporated out. So it's a really clean product. It tastes really good. Excuse me. I swallowed wrong. Anyway, I started out with concentrates as having a lot of back pain, a lot of trouble. I hadn't been dosing properly in a while because my contact guy I've been going to for like 25 years totally fell off the face of the earth. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, so I started looking at concentrates. I got this little nectar collector kit, right? I like tinker toys just like the next person, right? What comes in this kit? Let's see. So they give you, and this isn't exactly spotless clean because I've played with it a little bit, not enough to really make it dirty enough to warrant my time and energy yet. But it comes with this little glass bowl, and I'm just going to show you with a big lighter, like for size comparison, right? So it would be, yeah, little glass bowl container, and it has a little lip on it, so I'm assuming you could like melt down your crumble and then pour, I don't know. I'd need silicone to hold it because it would be hot, obviously. I could set up a little lab for concentrates, a micro lab. That would be fun. I should do that. Anyway, there's a clip that you can use to hold some of these pieces I'm going to show you together. So the main part of the nectar collector, and this is I think it's the smallest one that I've seen so far. I dig little things. I don't like big crazy bulk, you know. Anyway, the main part of it is going to be this part, and it's a bubbler part. So there's like a little chamber up there that's just an extra air chamber, I guess. It's not separate. It's just like a little bubble on top. And then inside is a stem that comes up, and there are these little slits on that inner stem down here. So you can actually put water in this, and then when you draw through, it becomes a bubbler. Then you have, so that's the main body, by the way. So this is the body of it. This is going to be for the mouthpiece, and because the stem, the internal stem thingy, bubbler thing, is attached down here, right? So this is going to be your needle or your collector end, and this is going to be your mouthpiece. So the mouthpiece they gave, and it's got stuff in it too, because the first girl that I talked to about this piece, she kind of knew what it was, but she really didn't have all the details together, unfortunately. So she told me to heat this because I guess we figured it had it has like a rim on it, and if you touch the concentrate to that, it would vaporize. The problem is this glass is not thick enough to hold the heat any length of time, and it's not meant to be. It's meant to be the glass piece for your mouth up here, okay, like that. And then your choices, it gives you two choices for a needle or nail, they call it. So there's this metal piece, right? And the first girl that I spoke with actually had me install it like this, and in that one it actually fit. Like you actually could slide this in, and it looked like a little bowl on the end, right? So I thought that's how it went. So I was heating it, and let's see if I can make it look like it would have. The metal was just sticking out a little bit. Let's see, this way. You know, it was just sticking out the end a little bit. I think that's good. You know, you can kind of see, get an idea. It was just sticking out a little bit. And she had said, you know, put it in and heat this up, and then you touch the concentrate with it. Well, this piece completely shattered. So I had to get another one. Anyway, it goes like that. So you have a real narrow little tip that you heat up, and then it goes, you touch your concentrate to it, right? So if my fingertip was the concentrate, you touch the you heat this tip, metal tip, you touch the edge of the tip to the concentrate, and then you breathe in. First of all, too many pieces. Like, I'm nervous that this is gonna fall out, this is gonna fall off, you know, like the clip doesn't really, I mean, it's okay, but I think it's actually for the glass nail. You can use it, but even if I put this clip on down here, it still comes off and the clip goes flying. So it's not really, and it's a plastic clip, and this heat's really hard. So I mean, maybe to keep this piece on, but still, it still will come off. It doesn't stay on. Now it's over on the other side of the room somewhere. Oh, I see it. It's on the rug. Anyway, it's alright. It's fun for tinker toys and playing. I'll play with it every once in a while, but I honestly feel like it wastes my concentrate. And I don't know if it's because, like, there's been little bits that got drawn up instead of vaporized. But, meh. This is too complicated for me. It's not complicated as in I can't figure it out. It's just like, I don't want to mess with it. I want it to be simple. So I've seen in the head shops And I want to do tours. I want to do some, maybe some live. Now that I've got this going, I do have OBS, Streamlabs OBS on my phone, so maybe I can do that. Oh, and I added a little glass mouthpiece to it, to that kit, because I think this one, did it fit? Yeah. So it fit, and it just made a shorter piece a little bit more air restricting and so forth. So, oh, I forgot to show you the glass tip. Hold on really quick. Just the tip. Just kidding. So the glass piece goes on like that. That's the glass nail, and this one's actually a thicker glass than the mouthpiece was. It doesn't have a rim, but it's a heavier glass, so it holds the heat. So that's a cool nectar collector. We'll try it. What the hell? Let me grab that clip just in case. See if it will hold the glass one on any better. Slide over. I'm old. I sit for 5 minutes and then my legs and body start hurting. Ooh. Okay. So let's see. You know, I hadn't seen anybody else use these before, so yeah, see, it doesn't even hold it in. Like, I'm not really sure the purpose. This little clip doesn't really do anything. So you just have to trust that all right, I'm gonna put the little bowl away. I use silicone under whatever concentrate I'm using. That's because it's simple. So I do have a little silicone mat. I spilt ash on it, so it looks kind of, I have to clean it off. I should have done that before, but I got a little bit of ash on it. But it's like this, right? I don't even know what's on the other side, but it's just a little, this is like, I think it was like $2 or $3, super cheap. It just protects my surface. So you're going to be working with heat. And like I said, I like simple and I like little. I don't want big chunky storage stuff. I have enough clutter as it is. I don't want any more. So I started with a little torch lighter, a butane torch lighter from the gas station. It was like $2 or something, maybe $2.50. I got the lighter and a can of fuel, a can of butane, for $5. So very inexpensive. So I was fueling the lighter. I'd have a hard time getting it to light. A lot of the times it wouldn't start right, and then when I'd finally get it right, I'd have to play with the power control, the flow control, to get it to even light at all. And then I was filling it, and I took the can away, and it just went it was spraying back out of the lighter again. So don't buy a cheap torch if you're going to do concentrates. And I'm going to show you what I call a primitive vape. The reason that I call it that is because I don't use the amount of concentrate that folks would use to call it a dab, because I think I'm cheating if I say that. It's a dab, I guess. And when I'm doing it, I consider myself taking a dab. But most people, if you say dab, you're thinking of a big rig with a big torch, and they're, torching the glass, and they dump a big old chunk in there. I'm literally going to heat my, actually, we'll use the glass, all glass. We'll use all of the glass parts on this. And I'm just feeling the glass to make sure it's not going to pop back apart. Put my little mouthpiece on here. Alright. Should be good. So, we'll do this. I'll show you how to do it. You heat the tip down here. I'm going to heat this glass bit. Anyway, I went to Home Depot, where you're going to go for tools, and I got a Benzomatic. And it's kind of cool. It's just a keychain torch, actually. And I put my one plant lanyard, on my torch so it's bigger and I don't lose it as easy. It's not, I mean, if I lose a dollar Bic, it's not that big a deal, but I don't want to lose my $10 torch and want to take, a hit of concentrate and do an inhalation of concentrate and not have it, right? So all I do, should get in front of my shirt here, is I just heat this tip down here. Actually, if you heat the glass above it a little bit, and this is something that I've learned, the concentrate doesn't stick to the glass as much. It doesn't want to go where there's heat, right? So if you heat the top part a little bit more, so in other words, I'm heating right here, right? I'm turning this. I'm going to hit it inside a little bit. Oh yeah, see the vape coming off? It'll start building up a little bit. So I'm getting this glass real hot, and then what I'm going to do is set this torch down. I'm going to pick up the little silicone lid that I have that has little bits of crumbs in it. We're going to see what we get for vape. That's hot. So that would be like the metal coils that everybody's worried about, right? Hold on. You really need something to close up the airflow at the bottom. This is a really big opening. I have to say, with this glass nectar collector all clean, if you're wondering what this is the lid for one of those silicone containers. Before I knew what concentrates were, I saw these in the head shop and I was like, who needs a stash jar that small? Like, what? I don't get it. But it's silicone. And silicone is heat resistant. So now, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me find one of these dispensary information packs. If you can see, there's like a little bit of, ooh, I'm gonna fall onto. There's like a little bit of, see the yellowish color? So that's the concentrate that builds up in the other one, right? That's what it is it's this, and this is what happens. The heat kind of melts it. See how it melted? And you don't want to draw all of this up into the straw. You want to draw the vapor from heating this up, right? And if you noticed, you could hardly see any smoke. You're not burning all of that plant material. Sorry, I'm looking at the laptop and I swipe my hair the wrong way. That's funny. Anyway, you're not trying to draw all of this up at one time. I mean, that was some crumbs from the top. I heat it up and draw the vapor from it. You're not going to see it like smoke. It's not going to be like big billowy things. And the people that you see that are taking these big dabs and they're exhaling all these clouds, they are basically vaping. They're just making clouds of their money. Unfortunately, everything you exhale is not being absorbed, right? This is just the terpenes, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not overly processed. So if you ate this, you could eat this whole thing. It would be a shame. but it wouldn't even get you high because this is not, it hasn't been heated like that yet. So it's not decarbed. It has THCA, tetrahydrocannabinol acid, but it is not converted yet, which is why it needs to be heated and vaporized or smoked. Where, for example, RSO has already been decarbed, and that's not why it's dark. This is RSO. It's an example of how it comes. You can get it in capsules too, and it is an edible medicine. It is possible you can use it as a concentrate as well, but what happens when you do that is all of the extra bioflavonoids and phytonutrients and stuff that are in the Rick Simpson oil, which is what RSO stands for, they kind of get destroyed in the heat. So you might as well use distillate because that's already clean. It doesn't have all the phytonutrients and all those other things that benefit you through ingestion, but get destroyed in the process of heating to a vape or a dab or inhalation treatment. Anyway, RSO. Also, very quickly on dosing, I get a lot of folks, and this is going to hopefully help people right off the bat. I get a lot of folks who say edibles do nothing for me. Now listen, there are a certain small percentage of the population that really don't actually digest and metabolize them. So basically they're just going out the same way they came in. Like, if you think about corn, only smaller, it doesn't break down, it doesn't digest. People without gallbladder, who've had their gallbladders removed, say that sometimes they don't feel it. But overall, edibles are different. Okay, you have all these different methods of getting THC and cannabis. Oh my goodness gracious. There are lots of different ways to get the good healing components of cannabis into your body. You could do a patch. You could do sublingual. You could do edibles. You could do pill form, which is also considered an edible because you're digesting it. I consider it an edible. It's a digestive method of delivery. So there's different delivery methods. There's inhalation. That's what we all know. When you spark up a joint, right? Try all the methods today. Inhalation therapy, inhalation treatment, smoking, burning, vaping is inhalation as well. Where this is combustion, it's actually burning like a fire, the embers. It's burning, you're inhaling the smoke from the burn. You get the oils and the terpenes in the smoke, but in the end, all of that ash is full of mineral salts and things like that actually came from the plant and end up as a result as combustion. So even that's useful. The ash, believe it or not, has medicinal benefits in certain circumstances. It's not going to get you high, but it has mineral salt benefits in other ways. So you have the inhalation, old school. Put my joint out on my tongue. Just used to it. Yeah. So you have the inhalation, which also includes your vaporizers, your 510 thread batteries, your packs, your whatever, all your different your vape sources. With vapes, you need to be careful about a lot of things. First of all, I prefer live rosin, but you want to be careful with oils, propylene glycol, other additives to this. Try to find a pure distillate, pure cannabis distillate, or pure live rosin. Another thing you can watch for with your vape cartridges. I was just looking to see. I know I have another one. Here's one, a different example. So you get different kinds, and they come like this, disconnected from the battery. So, or like, hold on, like this, disconnected from the battery, and you buy this, you have a rechargeable battery that you use with it. Or you can buy the disposable vape pens, and when you're done with it, you just throw the whole thing away. So there are also other battery units like the packs, the Geo pen. There's a bunch of different types of battery connections. But when you see Vape Cart 510 thread, that's what this is. It's like the size of a cigarette, right? And that's a simple, the buttons and the batteries, sometimes it's turned on by a draw of air. Sometimes it's turned on with a button. This one, you press 5 times, it comes on. If you press it 3 times in a row, it changes power level. If I press it twice in a row, it's going to preheat the thing automatically. So then when I take a draw, the coils have already been hot. My favorite vape cartridge so far that I have found, just for design, not for what's inside, okay, but for the design of the actual vape cartridge, my favorite so far goes to Cureleaf. And that is because a lot of these, let's see, I'm just going to verify this. Another little piece of glass. I don't think, like, this one is plastic. Where that chamber is at is actually like a thick plastic. And I have a problem with, like, if I drink water that's comes from a plastic bottle, like you buy packaged water, it hurts my stomach. But I can drink water out of a glass bottle or glass thing and it doesn't. So I think it has to do with the particulates of plastic that leach into the water. I don't know, but I taste a metallic on the inhale with other vape cartridges that I've tried, like from the True Leaf. The True Leaf one, I taste metal. Sorry, True Leaf. I don't taste metal, and that's funny because this is all like stainless steel, the tip and the inside, all of it. But that chamber is actually glass. That's not plastic. So I don't know if they use different metal in the coils in these than the others. The other one that I have tried that I like is the One Plant Live Rosin carts. Have to give those a double thumbs up. Thank you, One Plant. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them. Please, One Plant, if any of the dispensaries want me to try products and review them, let me know right away. But One Plant has awesome live rosin vape carts. They're really good and very tasty. I need to stop telling people because I started bragging on a certain strain and now I legit cannot get it. As soon as they give me a text that they're getting it, I go first in line and it's gone already. I think they're just messing with me. One Plant needs to work on their product and having plenty of product options available for people. I don't know if they need more grows going in different locations. If so, I can hook you up with some land up in North Florida we can use at least 3/4 of the year. More if we put up some quick greenhouse covering. One Plant needs to get Three Bros Grows, I think is who grows for them, and they need to step up their, I don't know, more product. Come on. I don't want it to feel like Black Friday every freaking weekend at the dispensary, They say, oh, hurry, come get your, secret strain I'm not going to mention anymore. That's funny. Nobody's watched me. I don't know, but I have blasted. Like I do say, this is an amazing strain on different Facebook spots, and then it's gone. Damn. I'm not the only person that loves this strain, obviously. And no, I'm not telling you what it is unless you send me a donation. PayPal.me/MasterMichelle and write in the notes that you want to know, and I'll tell you what my absolute favorite strains are. But I don't know if I'm gonna say it out loud on live YouTube, because then everybody's gonna go buy up my favorite strains. Then there will be none for me. But I'm totally down to be like, I don't necessarily want to work for one dispensary reviewing products, but I would love to be that like objective reviewer, because I have a lot of experience first just exploring and playing with strains and things my whole life. Anyone that had some, oh look, I got some green crack, or I got some this, I got some that, some Panamanian red, also that good old Acapulco Gold. I'm aging myself now. Oh man, just good old skunk, I just want some good old skunk weed. That's funny. Now I'm puffing on vaporizers and junk. I don't do this often. This is just because I've been exploring what's up. So the latest exploration, so we know vape pens, that's inhalation, but also inhalation concentrates, which are shatter, which looks more like glass. It's just this stuff heated, basically. I mean, it's not, but it's produced a little bit differently, but are processed a little bit differently, but it's basically if you melt this down on some paper, like on some parchment paper, and you put it in the freezer, it's gonna get hard like that. So shatter's like toffee. If you dripped a little bit of hot toffee on the parchment next to the toffee you're making, it gets that crunchy, it's called shatter. Then you have crumble, which looks like kind of Parmesan cheese, but a little bit more amber than Parmesan, but it's got that texture, And then you've got butter and batter, because then they take the butter, which is kind of melty, and they whip it a little and it's butter, and then they whip it a lot and then it's batter. Whatever the different processes, it's just different textures of concentrate. They're all concentrates, just different production methods and different textures. Some are you're gonna get a higher terpene profile. I swear I can say it. Anyway, you're gonna get a higher terpene profile from certain methods than you will from others. Okay, so in other words, RSO is a concentrate as well. Rick Simpson oil. RSO stands for Rick Simpson oil. And Rick Simpson oil is also a concentrate, like distillate, shatter, butter, batter, all that stuff. Okay, live rosin, keef is considered a concentrate as well, because it's just the terpenes. So, and basically that's all any of this are the oils and the terpenes from the cannabis plant. The concentrates, they're just the oils and the terpenes from the cannabis plant, collected in different methods, and that's why they all have different names and different looks. Rick Simpson oil, for example, has the phytonutrients and a lot more of the plant material in it, because it's an alcohol derived, and ethanol too, but it's different. It's produced differently, and so this has a lot of different edible healing properties that can affect your eyesight, your digestive system, very much so. Crohn's disease. This actually has a lot of anti-tumor, anti-cancer properties and benefits. So Rick Simpson oil in an edible form 2 or 3 times a day is definitely a good medicinal regimen for more serious ailments. Cancer patients, people with really serious Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, things like that. So anyway, yeah, just another concentrate. They're all different concentrates. So You have different kinds of concentrates. Then you have that go into the delivery methods, and you can use those as inhalation therapy, and like I said, edible therapy, edible treatment, sublingual. I can take some of this and, you know, like put it on the back of a piece of candy and just set it against the inside of my mouth. So I would do that with something like maybe one of these sour cherry candies. Like, it's like a lifesaver, but it's solid. It doesn't have a hole in the middle. And so I would just a candy drop. I would unwrap it, put a little bit of the RSO on it, and then put it inside my mouth with the RSO against my cheek. You're gonna taste it, but if you need to medicate, like if your digestive system's going all haywire, it needs to calm down. So yeah, fun times. So I'm almost going on an hour and a half. I'm just gonna I'm probably gonna end the stream soon so that I can take a look and see what it looks like, see what it sounds like, if there's weird background noise, if my mic's been mute the whole time. Who knows? It would be fun to get some folks chatting. I'll have to watch the times where folks actually see me, and you know, and then I think I'm gonna spring for the Prime deal on Streamlabs OBS so that I can stream to all three places at once. Then we can have folks from Facebook platform, YouTube platform, and Twitch all joining in. That would be fun. And from all three of those platforms, we could actually bring other folks in and, you know, have the fun, have the blast, have the crack, as they say, right? All right, and I meant CRAIC, crack. Crack is whack. Oh, I cracked myself up. All right. How many times do I say crack before YouTube bans me? I don't know if this is going to be like a monetizing thing or not, though, because it seems like a very heavy platform with a lot of hoops to jump through, and I don't know that I'll ever get to 1,000 subscribers. Cheers if I do. I mean, blow it up, y'all, but I'm not trying to be famous. I legit started streaming so that maybe if it generates some income, I can flow some income back to people that are real content creators. Alright, well, I love chatting. I love hanging out. So click that quick subscribe there. Yeah. And click that what do you call it? The thumbs up thingy for me. Hey, even if you click the thumbs down thingy, it's still interaction. Whatever. If you'd like to make comments or leave me a message, you can do so in the comments below. Can and consult with Chef Jen, which is I made a comment from that into the chats, the chat feedback thingy, whatever. If you watch this later, my other channels in the chats, I just jumped on this one to play around, see what would happen, and see if I catch any viewers from being live specifically. So check me out, Can and Consult with Chef Jen. You can also check out, if you type in Can and Consult in Twitch, or Can and Consult 420, but not with Chef Jen on Twitch. Can and Consult, or Master Michelle FL, if you know about that. Those are my Twitch over there. We're gonna see which ones take off and which ones don't. So I'm actually probably gonna end this and do a live on Can and Consult too here shortly, just to get some stuff up and get myself out there a little bit. I'm relying on you guys to interact, to let me know what's up. What do you want to see? Do you want to see edibles recipes? Do you want to see you want to go to the beach? Do you want me to do live streams from the beach? Do you want to see the dogs sleeping? And then, what do you want to look at? What do you want to talk about? Who do you want to hear from? You know, do you want to meet the dispensary folks that you go and meet when you go to a dispensary on the Treasure Coast? Do you want me to go show you some of the coolest head shops? I wouldn't show you the little shitty ones. Anyway, let me know what you want to see. don't forget to subscribe and like and click the notification bells thingy. Please share this where appropriate. If you know people who might enjoy chatting, jumping on and playing around, let me know. It's been real. I figured it out. I'm trying to do the camera's backwards to my view. I think I'm gonna flip it so that it's like normal to me. Anyway, mirror it. I think you can mirror the image. I'm learning all this stuff. I might even get those cool be right back screens and all the layover stuff. I'm trying to figure out how that works. So yay for me learning how to use the laptop. And I can scream. Yes, I can scream. I absolutely can scream. I can stream. I can stream to YouTube. I can stream to Twitch. Master Michelle FL is my name on Twitch. And I can stream to Facebook, Green Tiger Speakeasy Group, or Can Consult, or Master Michelle. I have pages for all of those. I'll catch you somewhere and then redirect you if need be, because we're seeing which ones of my old pages and stuff might take off if I start poking it. Fun times. Yeah, refresh this chat really quick. Make sure I haven't missed anything before. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Do you see did you see what I'm doing? I'm over here trying to touch screen my non-touch screen laptop. Let me just stop for a minute. Just chill. I need to set up. I like this scene. I love the dogs behind me. It's awesome. I love them so much. My babies, Riley, Allie, and Rascal. I have to look and see where my finger's pointing before I talk. So, Rascal, Allie, and Riley. Yeah. And then I have 3 cats as well. Oh, can you see Riley on the couch? Where is he? My couch is it's got scratches and stuff from my dogs and cats, so he's gonna be on this side. He's sleeping. Shh. Wait, I can't do it. I don't know how to get it. There he is. I'm sorry. I don't know. I shouldn't be messing with my laptop. It's not like a handheld camera or something. Anyway, I'm gonna take off for now and go check it out and see what it looks like, see my camera angles, make sure my lighting's okay. Hope you guys can see my eyes every once in a while. I might just take off my glasses. I can see the blurry images of the chat, so I'll know when someone chats. I can put my glasses back on and see. You can see my eyes. I have no idea what I look like because I can't see my face. There. Okay. Anyway, my mic also, I'm noticing now that it's in the yellow even when I'm not talking, so I might have been blasting everybody uncomfortably, but now you might not be able to hear me. Hold on. There. Now when yep, okay. It should be in the yellow when I'm talking and then back down in the green when I'm not. Maybe just bump it a little bit more. Right. Yeah, now it's in the yellow when I'm talking and in the green when I'm not. We'll see if that changed the sound. That was another good test. Oh, I wanted to play with the microphone too. So I wanted to like touch the top of it. See what that sounds like. I'm gonna do that again. That's kind of interesting. I'm watching to see the bar. I'm gonna touch the bottom. Same way. I'm just curious because I love sensory stuff I wanted to see. I'm probably gonna delete this, and anybody that might be watching it, I'm just running. These are my fingers all the way around. Now I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna pull it off slowly. Push it back on. I wanted to test some sound. Oh yeah, I remember. If I whisper, I wonder if that's gonna be enough. I don't know if you can hear. When I whisper, it barely goes. Oh, it barely goes into. It barely goes in. Ooh, I know. I just want to see what this sounds like. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but I'm intrigued. So I was curious. Hold on. Let me turn this a little bit up higher so. Oh, I tightened it really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put it so that the volume buttons are at the top to see what that sounds like. Is it still okay? So when I'm close and whispering, it still goes in the yellow. I wonder. I thought putting this on top. I don't think it's wide enough though. I'm just really curious what all this would sound like. ASMR was working. I was just curious. I've seen and heard different things. Turn it. Let's see. If I turn, now I've got the volume keys facing me instead of facing up. I don't know if this goes in directions. Like, I can see. I think the ends. So. kind of startled him. So I'm speaking into the side of it right now. Over here on the side. If I can tell, I think there's a little part of the microphone right here. Like right here. Right. So then the other one would be like right here. Right. I don't know if you can hear that, but right. So this would be the back. And the very end. So I tell you a secret. I'm just curious. I don't even know if you can hear it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I wonder. Now I'm speaking a little louder. Maybe with a little depth in my voice. I like this nice and soothing sound. You're gonna click subscribe. And you're gonna follow me across all my platforms. Boogity boogity. Okay. It looks like, oh my goodness, somebody's in here. I'm in here playing because I've just learned how to stream. Do Streamlabs OBS with YouTube. So I just looked up and noticed someone's watching me. Hi. You're welcome to say hi and laugh at me in the chat if you like. Fun times and cheers and stuff. I know. Shall we light a joint? If I can find it. I had it. Oh, there it is. And the ashtray, of course. So I was playing around with voices and sounds. I was checking out this microphone. And I took the little, like, fuzz thing off. So I was, like, tapping the top and the sides and, you know, playing around. I just thought, when I look at this later, I'll probably end up deleting this in the end, but unless it gets funny. But I was just looking to play around to see if I had any special features in this microphone. I think it's just a basic deal, but I'm not really sure like where the sweet spots are and stuff. So I was moving it around in different positions to see how it's gonna sound. Like now the volume switch is near me, so I don't know which way it's gonna sound the best. And I don't know if you can hear my dog licking himself right now. Riley, can you go give yourself a bath in the other room, please? You're very cute. We love you, buddy. Their timing is unbelievable. My little rascal. They all need baths. It's Friday. I need to do baths. I need to probably sweep and mop and get back to work. But you know what happened? I got rambly and forgetful because I'm not well medicated enough. I'm gonna have, this is a strain called Gas Monkey. And it is from Certera in Florida. It's really nice. It's very florally. I've been playing with so many different concentrates, though I am hesitant to do an actual review because my palate's not fresh. I might be still having some leftover terpenes in my brain head from some of the concentrates and stuff. So I thought I would light this up. Oh my gosh, I'm almost live on YouTube for almost an hour and 45 minutes. I'm probably going to delete this because it's probably just like crazy rambling, but it'll give me a good chance to see different things. If I can hear the air conditioner kick on and off, I want to know if I can hear like those trucks that just went by. If you can hear my dogs licking themselves, how annoying my cough is or isn't. Just little things. If I can figure out my microphone and how to use that better, I might play around on Twitch in the ASMR channel. Anyway. Okay, that time it was annoying. A lot of times I don't mind when my joint goes out because I'm kind of slow smoker anyway, but I think that's wasteful, like all the extra smoke, so if my joint goes out between hits, I'm okay with that. I actually prefer glass, so a lot of times I will use I don't have a really clean one. Well, you can't really tell with the blue. It's just a glass tube. And right about here, inside, it gets more narrow, right? So I put my material, my cannabis in here, ground, like it's already broken up and destemmed, deseeded. I put it in there and then just light it, smoke it like a little pipe. It also comes in handy for the end of your joint. You can, you can slide this in to hold your joint. But it went out again. So we were talking about inhalation, different therapies. I have a few more minutes. I think I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes and then get off here. But I'm going to, we were talking about different delivery methods and inhalations. Most common, most well known, because most people know you smoke pot, right? You also have a topical, which means you're putting it on your regular skin. So you can like put a cream, and what happens is it works through osmosis also, which is like inhalation. You're inhaling the little oil particles in the smoke into your lungs, and they sit there for a second. They fall onto the surface. So yeah, you don't have to hold it for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. I think it increases your chances of saturating your bloodstream with more THC. But especially if you're using concentrates, there are arguments about the carcinogens in the actual combustible cannabis, but I think that the properties of healing overcompensate for that by far. Personal experience and viewpoint. Anyway, so we talked about the inhalation. We talked about hold on one second. Let me see if this is. Yeah. So we talked about the topical. That's like a cream or skin or even a patch. So if you had some sort of material and you put, like, in other words, if you take a piece of plastic wrap, say, for example, and you put a little RSO on it and you tape that plastic wrap to your skin, don't do that. But I'm just saying the idea is the concentrate will travel through your skin. They do that with gels in the patches that you can buy. And you can do a poultice. Don't waste your product. Make sure that it's not against something that's going to absorb it. So you need like a piece of silicone mat or something that you can put against and leave there. Also, your belly button. People don't realize you were connected in womb via your belly button, right? Your umbilical cord. And that deliver nutrients to your body, right? That was the center of everything in the beginning. So if you use essential oils in or around your belly button area, they absorb. Riley, good inside voice. Do you want to go outside? Give me just 1 second. I will be right back. Just a minute. Let me let them out so that they bark out there and not here. You go outside? I know. Come on, I'll let you out. Okay, go tell your friends. They're all coming. They're all starting to walk by. No hunting. All right. My stomach was growling too. It's about lunchtime for me. I was busy setting up my streaming software and everything, so Hard Rock. I like this one because it's Hard Rock number 71. I like the number 71. We won't tell you why. Anyway. I'm going to go through the methods of administration, like all of the different ways you can do it. We talked about inhalation. That's the quickest hit. That's the quickest. Really quick, I want to touch on the subject of edibles. And I'm going to talk about it more, but people say edibles don't work for me. And a lot of those folks, the edibles are working, but edibles are going to be different. Edibles are not inhalation. Inhalation hits you immediately to within 15 minutes. You've got the full effect because it's circulating through your bloodstream right from your lungs directly into your bloodstream. Boom, you got it going on. But it doesn't last as long either. So, edibles, when you swallow the THC, it doesn't go directly into your bloodstream. It actually gets absorbed. It gets digested and broken down by your digestive system and your liver and your gallbladder, and all of the little parts go into play. So it takes longer to go through that system. It can take up to 2 hours for you to feel the effects. So a lot of times people eat the edibles and they wait half an hour or so and go, it didn't work. Fuck, I hate that. They immediately associate it didn't work with that edible. Maybe they'll smoke a bowl, they'll do something else or have a drink or whatever. Something will happen, whatever. And they'll be in this wonderful, elated, happy mood. Not really feeling high, really. Just happy and upbeat and comfortable and not stressed. Just a nice feeling overall. But they don't associate that with the edible, and they don't realize it because it lasts for like 8 hours. So it just becomes a good mood. 6 to 8 hours, depending on people's metabolism. Everyone's different. And there are a few people who edibles really don't give a euphoric effect necessarily because their body's not breaking down the fats or some other, mechanical reason. So another way besides inhalation, which I consider the smokable cannabis, a joint is the original inhalation, right? They also consider inhalation therapy, vaporizers, concentrates, the vape, the cartridges, like vape carts. What else? Inhalation, the shatter, the butter, the crumble, even distillates and even RSO can be considered inhalation if you're warming and inhaling the vapors from it. So depending on your dispensary and how they log the information in your allotments, you might be able to, if your allotments are restricted, you might be able to get more medicinal value by using the concentrates and stuff. Anyway, other ways are sublingual. And sublingual is similar to inhalation, except it's not as fast. Inside your lungs, your mucous membrane is a lot thinner, and there are a lot more capillaries, and it's actually designed for that cross-membrane osmosis because you're doing oxygen and, you're doing your respiration, and that's what your lungs are for. So it's a faster administration through your lungs than it is through the thin skin in your mouth. But first is inhalation, fastest, right? And the stronger the product that you're using, the faster and heavier the effect typically will feel. And then the second fastest way to feel it is sublingual is what it's called. And that's either going to be with tincture drops, and those you end up swallowing more of, and it becomes more of an edible effect. But like the nano drops and things like that, where it's actually molecularly smaller and they cross the membrane faster, those are going to hit you faster, and you're going to get more of an effect from them. It's going to feel more like inhalation. The ones that have the MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides, which come from coconut oil. It's just a healthier fat. It's a fat that is a different makeup, and our bodies deal with it better. So anyway, the inhalation or even the sublingual with the MCT oil is going to dilute the effect a little bit, because they're using another oil as a carrier, as opposed to like a live rosin. They're just taking the terpenes from the cannabis, and they're not mixing it with anything in the end. Like, it's just going to be cannabis oils. The sublingual, they take those pure essences and they put them in, or they make the medicine by putting the oil on the cannabis, almost making like canna butter. You're making your sublingual is like kind of like canna butter. You're taking a couple of drops in your mouth, absorbing the THC through your skin and other components through your skin. So that's going to be a 15 to 20 minute effect. You're going to feel the effect of that within 15 to 20 minutes of anything crossing over into your skin. So it's a good idea, if you're going to do sublingual, don't eat anything or drink anything for like 15 minutes. Do your drops, and then don't eat or drink anything for another 15 minutes. And try not to do anything that's going to make you swallow a lot. Like, don't watch a cooking channel, or, watch something funny or whatever, or do something different where, you're not, you want that liquid to stay in your mouth, under your tongue, absorbing into your skin that way for as long as possible. As soon as you swallow it, you take that THC that you're swallowing and you put it in the 1.5 to 2 hour effect. It's an 1.5 to 2 hours before you're feeling it. The thing about sublingual is it's going to hit you in the middle. It's 15 to 20 minutes before it hits you, but it can last for like 4 to 6 hours, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, peak effect they're saying is about 15 minutes, and yeah, duration is 6 to 8 hours for sublingual. It's going to be a subtler effect, though. Again, it's not like hitting you hard and fast like inhalation. If you smoke or dab, especially, like, that's the strongest, is going to be concentrates, vape, like vaporizing live rosins, pure distillates and stuff like that. Those high oil contents, you're gonna feel it hard and fast that way. Whereas sublingual and sublingual and oral, both sublingual and edible, are both going to last a really long time, and it's just like an overall yay. You're just in a good mood. It's just happy, like da da da. It's it's not going to be like that locked to the couch unless you eat a whole pan of brownies or something like that. You make brownies with 1,000 milligrams of RSO and you eat the whole batch. Well, you might be in the bed for a little while, sleeping it off. Oh, also, good point, is if you ever find yourself playing with concentrates, edibles, any of that kind of the higher concentrated things, or the things that you're just not used to, like, say you do edibles and you wait an hour, you don't feel anything, so you do like 4 dabs and get into couch lock with the dabs, and then all of a sudden 30 to 40 minutes later the edibles really kick in and now you're spinning and you're sick and you don't feel good. If you ever get to that place, you're not going to die. Take a deep breath. Actually, take lots of deep breaths, because that's going to help metabolize it out of your system sooner. Other things that can help is a nice, hot, steamy shower. Just relax and let the water run over your skin. That warmth of the water running over your skin is going to increase your blood flow in all your capillaries in your whole body, which is going to speed up the metabolism process. Drink a big glass of water, drink a big bottle of water. The alkaline water is good too. You're going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Eating something can help. Going outside for a nice brisk walk can help, increase your circulation. Or just go curl up safe in your bed and go off to sleep, You can do that too. You can take a little sip of tequila or something to just push you over the edge into la la land and go to sleep and sleep it off. But I don't necessarily condone drinking either. I think it has a medicinal benefit. But the problem is when we get into it for all the other reasons, it's not. It sucks us in. It can ruin your life. Anyway, I've got to go. Oh my gosh. So I've been live for 2 hours. How the hell did that even happen? Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to get off here. If you watch this, are you high? Because I want to know what strain. And make some comments. Even if you're giving me shit, I don't care. I'm not that thin-skinned. If you say really hateful, ugly things, you're actually saying more about yourselves than you're saying about me. I'm kind of... People keep asking me, I've gotten comments, are you a male or are you a girl or a guy? And I'm girl. I'm not transgendered, but I'm just not really super feminine either. So I'm just me. Whatever. And I see myself... my perception, my own self-perception is more of a spiritual entity than this physical body. So I don't necessarily identify with any particular gender. I just happen to have a female body this time, I'm not real hung up about it or anything, or it doesn't keep me awake. My gender or gender identity does not keep me awake at night. I never wanted to be a guy. But I like short hair and I like guy clothes sometimes because they're more practical, more comfortable. Guys' shoes are built better. We get cheap crap. Guys get actually, I think because their physical structure is typically heavier in general. Guys get, I've found the shoes to be more well made. Like Harley Davidson boots. For women, it's purely decorative. It's it's like the sprinkles on top to make it look pretty, but the men's boots are, a little bit more substantial. Found that they used heat-sensitive glue in the soles of their boots. I live in Florida, and I'm going to be on asphalt riding, so why would I want heat-sensitive glue in my boot? No. Anyway, I don't know if they still do. I'm more into kayaking and being out in nature and gardening and playing with my dogs than I am to riding anymore. So that was fun. Well, I can't believe I've been chatting like this. So I'm going to go pop on Canna Consult and see if I can do it over there. All right. So yeah, go follow Canna Consult with Chef Jen. See if we get that built up. What the hell? While I'm here, I can edit my stream title and description on YouTube. I can view my live stream in a web browser, and I can go to YouTube live dashboard. Shut up, really? Am I still streaming? Let's see. I think I actually am. Am I still on? I think I'm still on. Okay. You can still see me, but I can't see my screen except on the phone over here. So it's just popping up. I've got the Circle of Doom live stream YouTube studio. Welcome to the new live control room. When do you want to go live? Oh my God, shut up. Okay, so I can go. I am live now. Can I have this? There's like this box over here. And I don't know like how to get rid of it. Later date. I don't want to. No. Back. Back. Can I exit out of that? Exit. No. I don't know how to do this. I might have just exited out of my live stream. I'm gonna have to see. Schedule a stream. Later date. Right now. Built-in webcam. Go. Go. I am. I'm already there. Oh. I'm confused. Connect streaming software to go live. Well, my streaming software is obviously connected. We'll see what happens. I'm already doing it. Analytics. I don't know how to do any of this mess. What is this one? Let me look at this one really quick. Oh, wait. Exit. And what is this? Exit this because I'm already in there. What is this one? Set up exactly how you want it. I don't know. Okay, go back. Can I close out of that one? YouTube Studio. So I don't know what's up with that. And I can't capture my screen to see it either. So I'm going to get back over here into OBS and I'm going to end my live session, my live stream. Thank you for hanging out or watching if you ever watch this, if I'm even going to leave it up. Green Tiger Speakeasy group on Facebook. Come join us in the chats. It's a free speech, 420 cannabis friendly group on Facebook. For patient education and advocacy and just good times, good vibes. Also, Chef Jen, Can and Consult with Chef Jen, which is in the chats if you're watching this later. If I leave it up, that's the only comment in there. I'm going to go over there now and see if I can switch this over and how to stream it. So, y'all take care.